On today's show, an early salute to Father's Day with beautiful homes along the way. Our trip to High Point, another wow, Designing Texas, starts right now. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jocelyn White, and welcome to our June edition of Designing Texas. We're happy to have you with us. We've got a great show ahead today. Next week is Father's Day, and so we've got a little bit of something special to share with you later in the show. Right now, though, we head to High Point, North Carolina. High Point has the world's largest home furnishings industry trade show in the world. Those shows occur every April and every October. Over 80,000 people come from over 100 countries. And Gary shows us one of his favorite showrooms. Here is our Designing Texan.
As we promised last month, we're here in High Point, North Carolina for the big furniture market that happens twice a year. We're really privileged to be able to be in Century's brand new showroom today and showcase that for you and let you see what it is that we see when we come here to purchase and find things for our clients that we're working with. This market, you're going to see in Century that there's a lot of ivory and white, a lot of tone on tone with wonderful splashes of color. As is the case in most of the showrooms that we go into in High Point here, there generally are color stories as you work through showrooms and see what it is that they're proposing. There's oftentimes a lot of new fabrics used or a new coloration, things that kind of dictate and talk to trends or things that are going to be happening in the industry. This area here in the Century showroom then is got a lot of these soft whites, ivories, icy blues, silvers, chrome, that kind of thing. So there's a real definite coolness and frostiness about the look here. The opportunities are endless here. It really makes a great creative environment so that we can do the things that we want to do when we're working on your homes. One of my favorite areas in the store is that is done by Thomas O'Brien. He's one of my favorite designers, and the work that he does I think is really incredible. His layering capabilities and the things that he does visually are remarkable. It's really a fun part of the store because you kind of get a sense of that as you go through and see what he's done. Here we are in another area of Thomas O'Brien's section of the store, and what you're going to see here is a lot softer color palette. So what it does is illustrate to you that you can have very rich tones, this was in the previous one, but and yet you can soften it and do things that are softer. Every time at market when you come, there will always be colors they haven't seen for a while, so that makes it always kind of fun. Here we've got a leather sofa that's been reinvented in an olive green, which from years ago was a really popular color. We've also got a chair over here that I want to point out of J. Spector. This is a design from years and years ago, but if you look how beautiful the channeling is and how great this is in that same olive green leather, it's really a beautiful chair. A real standout in the showroom is this cinnabar colored leather sofa. It's paired with, again, ivory, which is really light on the other side of the room, but and yet then it's mixed with these Cerussed oaks and the ebonies so that there's a real richness about it. It really carries the room really nicely. Here in this final section in the Century showroom, we're going to focus on the Vienna collection that's right here. It's a beautiful new group that they've done. Lots of texture, a lot of beautiful wood tones, beautiful, beautiful leathers, all in camel colors and chocolate colors, burnt sienna and some terracotta. Very warm, really earthy kind of coloration comparative to some of the things that we've also seen. We appreciate this Century was kind enough to let us come into their showroom today and give you a preview of kind of the things that are to come. This is Gary Riggs with Gary Riggs Home.
Beautiful furnishings, but you have to have a place to put them. So how about a home you can own? Penthouse 17AB in the Residences at the Stoneleigh. Just call this an extraordinary custom estate in the sky. The architect combined 2 units to create a dramatic transitional home with spectacular 360-degree views of Dallas. Private elevator access, an entrance foyer that opens through the custom iron-forged Solera doors, and then this magnificent, sophisticated living room which leads out onto the spacious terrace. There are luxurious finishes and imaginative and elegant details everywhere you look. They've been incorporated throughout the design, like the lighting fixtures from Los Angeles Wired Lighting, the AMS plaster relief ceilings, all the fabulous stone, tile, and hardware. Now, I love the kitchen, and obviously the lady of the house does too. What a great place to entertain just a small group of guests. And check out that oversized island of Taj Mahal quartzite. Yes, you can do intimate dining or grand entertaining in this space. Now, a couple of other things I want to point out. The long hallways, great places for art. And the master suite and the master bath, I can only imagine. And then the closet. Oh, the closet. Everything behind doors so it's dust-free, and this closet goes on and on and on. This extraordinary space at the Stoneleigh Residences, Unit 17AB, is just under $8 million for the 3 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. For more information about this magnificent estate in the sky, contact Lisa Besserer at Briggs Freeman Sotheby's. Her number is 214-543-2940. Tell her Designing Texas sent you. Still to come, build it with Bruce and build to suit. That's all after At Home in the Hills of Kingswood.
This is authentic Texas. This is a property befitting a modern-day cattle baron. Everything is really well thought out. It's a very important property, but it feels like home.
What we're featuring is a 127-acre configuration, which takes in what you see here. But the buyer also has the option of going to 200 acres or 300 acres, which moves us farther to the south. So, you know, let's say in a scenario of a corporate retreat, that configuration would really work well.
For the buyer who can purchase something like this is sort of your reward at the end of the day. A ranch of this caliber and this quality, this close to town, when it's gone, it's gone. There's not another one like this one. It's one of a kind.
Hi everybody, I'm Jocelyn White with John Zazelka, and we're at home here in the hills of Kingswood. Well, I haven't seen you since Memorial Weekend. How was it?
Well, gosh, it was really wonderful, Jocelyn. I had a quiet, laid-back time because the week before my grandkids were here from San Antonio, and my wife and I both deserved the rest.
Well, I've got to say, maybe peace and quiet inside the home, but here at the hills of Kingswood, things are happening on the outside.
It's been amazing, the quality of the homes that we're seeing come into play, the quality of the people that are buying our lots, and they're choosing some of the most wonderful builders in the Metroplex.
I understand a big foundation was just poured for Ventura?
Yes, well, Ventura Homes has this unbelievable home. It's probably 24,000 square feet with an indoor basketball court.
I understand we're going to see a little bit more of that later.
Yes, we are.
And then in the meantime, my buddy Josh Chandler, who builds the best cabinets bar none, has great examples here at the hills of Kingswood.
Yes, indeed. You know, being a custom land developer, I've seen Josh Chandler's cabinetry in all of my best communities, and it's particularly here in the hills of Kingswood, where he has virtually every super quality home. Josh Chandler has built the cabinets.
Well, that's quite a recommendation in and of itself, but maybe the best example of Josh's work is here in his very own home.
Our company was founded in 1976 by my mom and dad, Buster and Vicki Chandler. Today, my brother and I carry on the tradition, and we run the company as a family business. We do a lot of modern style cabinets today. We're in my house now, and you can see my study's very modern, contemporary. We mixed black with some brushed brass, so we brought golds. So there's a lot of contrast. We also introduced a red alligator panel that's very unique. You know, not everybody will like that, but I like it. Okay, in the closet, we had a 16-foot ceiling, and to capture the entire space, we did a motorized rod from the ceiling coming down, so we can use from the floor to ceiling, 16 feet, we're able to use that entire space. So the kitchen's also modern. It's not ultra contemporary, but it's a soft contemporary modern. As far as technology, we are implementing technology all the time. Like traditionally, like, you know, in the past, in most companies run today, they come back, they turn in what's wrong, and it gets fixed. It happens like instantly for us with our app. So it uploads into the app, the office gets it before they even come back the next day. The pizza's already done. We still build the craftsmanship that we always have. We do it a little bit differently with technology. The machinery that we have in our factory, like I said, the software we use out in the field, and so we're able to deliver a custom cabinet, the same craftsmanship that we always have. We just do it a little bit differently, a little bit more efficiently today.
Beautiful work, and I've got to say, I love that master bath, and oh, that closet. I covet that closet. We were talking about Ventura Custom Homes and the fact that they are building a rather unique place here in the hills of Kingswood.
Yes, Jocelyn. And you know, one of the really neat things about being a developer of the hills of Kingswood is that we took pains to preserve these wonderful viewed lots that fall away. And because this house on this lot falls away, they can build a multi-level backyard. And we're going to have that on numerous houses. We're looking forward to having people with imagination, as these folks do, come in here and take advantage of the preservation that we as developers have created here in the hills of Kingswood.
And here's the basement that's not a basement.
When we knew we were going to build this house out here in the hills of Kingswood on this magnificent lot that has all these topographical challenges, we were very excited because this allows us to really utilize our ingenuity and our creativity to the utmost.
So one of the luxuries out here in the hills of Kingswood is the varying degrees of topography. There's quite a few lots that are relatively flat, and then there are some more premium lots that have some changing topography, what makes it very challenging for engineers and builders to design the foundations. For Ventura Custom Homes, we knew this was going to be a lot that had topography challenge. We did not want to have to lose that topography, so we offered a foundation system that is a combination of a basement, a wall, and a terra firma foundation on the top that incorporates all three foundation systems into one foundation, and yet we maintain the profile and topography which makes this a premium lot.
Well, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pour the basement walls where the sports courts are located. Once that occurs, we're going to wait a couple days, we'll strip the forms off the basement walls, and then once that is done, we're going to bring in the waterproofing crew, we're going to waterproof it, and then we'll install the French drains afterwards. We'll cover the French drains in crushed rock so the water can filtrate to it. Once we have all the crushed rock installed, we'll go ahead and backfill up to the level of the next foundation. This is an incredible house with incredible views. It's going to be a beautiful Mediterranean house with tile roof. We're going to have incredible outdoor features because this lot offers itself to it. Out here in the hills of Kingswood, these lots are just so much fun to build on. Realize that this is a 2-year process of building this beautiful home by Ventura Custom Homes. Now stay tuned and continue to see us out here in the beautiful hills of Kingswood.
The Hills of Kingswood is a big believer in giving back to the Frisco community, thus this month's Deep in the Heart. We just supported a big event for the Ron Springs Gift for Life Foundation in conjunction with the Brighter Generation Foundation. Over 200 folks turned out to help the late Ron Springs' daughter Ara and son Sean raise funds for both organizations, including some of Ron's Dallas Cowboys teammates and others, present, past, perhaps even future. Now, Camp Raynal is one of the big beneficiaries of the evening with the Ron Springs Gift for Life Foundation. It supports its efforts to keep the camp built for children with chronic illnesses like kidney disease going. Brighter Generation Foundation, meantime, is an effort spearheaded by the Ohio Buckeyes, Springs alma mater, to provide for those children who've aged out of the foster care system. According to ERA, this first-time effort was a major success. Look for its successor next year. John, I am so proud of the way the Hills of Kingswood supports the Frisco community, and that was just a prime example. You guys, kudos.
Ron was a very good friend, and it was just a thrill for us to be involved. And really, it was a tremendous amount of work by Era and Sharon Webb, who, from our point of view, created really a lot of synergy with the Hills of Kingswood supporting, and some of our builders supporting. Really a worthy cause.
We look forward to seeing what's next for the Hills of Kingswood. We're at home here in the Hills of Kingswood, and John and I want you to be too. Right, John?
Absolutely, Jocelyn. Pleasure as always.
Welcome to this episode of 60 Seconds with Bruce. We've talked about foundation, soil, geotech engineering. Now we're at the framing stage of the house. And today I want to talk about different qualities of lumber. This first grade is 2400 grade, top of the line material. As you see, it's a very tight grain. This is used for truss manufacturing. It has the integrity that matches something an engineer can calculate on. Second grade is number 1. So just a notch below the 2400, it's actually 1650. There again, a great quality of lumber, used for truss manufacturing, also used in other parts of the house. This gives you great structural integrity. But for straightness, we go to this grade. This is a stud grade. This is what is called a finger joint stud. It's designed for the load to be downward. This lumber is not to be used on a horizontal surface. It's very predictable because of the grain differences. There's no push or pull in the grain. Our next grade here is number 3. This is basic utility lumber. It would be used for bracing in the attic. Just basic framing things, not any structural integrity because of the rating that it has. But one of the most important things we need to talk about is the plate material. This particular piece, as you can see, very high quality. This is number 2 plate material. This here is number 3 grade yellow pine, which, as you see, it's still dimensional lumber and it still works for plate material. On the next 60 Seconds with Bruce show, we're going to take a quick tour of the truss plant here at BMC, and you'll be amazed at what happens behind the scenes that becomes reality at your very own home while it's being built. See you next time on 60 Seconds with Bruce.
Today we're going to talk about mommy makeover. Moms love their kids, but they frequently come in and they tell us, my kids wrecked my body. So in a mommy makeover, we want to restore their breasts to their pre-pregnancy state, or maybe even a little better than they were. And we also want to restore their belly back to their pre-pregnancy state. It is absolutely reasonable to do breast operations and tummy tuck operations at the same time and in the same surgical setting. But it really is going to be worth it for you to do these 2 operations together if it's what you want and what is indicated for you. The experience will absolutely be worth it, and you'll be so happy you did it.
Designing Texas continues. Now we'll be catching up with our correspondent in Build to Suit with Jennifer Terrell a little bit later, but right now Bruce Russo fills us in on what's happening with Build It with Bruce.
Welcome to this episode of Build It with Bruce. We are here today at the lovely Legacy West, Plano, Texas. Kai, second floor lounge patio. Totally awesome. As you see, things are coming together. The tile on the patio bar is done. The stone top is done. And the view from the cabanas on this patio is totally awesome. It doesn't get any better than this. Love the sound of progress. And things are happening here today. Well, actually, it's been happening for a while. Now we are at the lounge bar, doing a little bar hopping here at Kai. We were at the patio lounge, now we're at the lounge bar. This will be a magnificent bar, black granite, beautiful shelves in the back that'll have all the liquor bottles on, double TVs, huge glass plate in the middle opening there will have a beautiful graphic on it to give some character to the overall design. You know, we've been talking drinking and I bet you're getting hungry, so let's proceed to the Sushi Robata Grill. As you walk through the space of Kai, I think you're starting to get a sense of how there are numerous concepts within one concept. You know, we've already done the patio lounge, we've done the lounge bar, now we've worked our way into the restaurant portion of this concept. Behind me is a Robata sushi grill. The Robata, as I mentioned in a show before, it's very thinly sliced protein, flash grilled and served. It's an excellent way to dine. And all this energy comes into play as soon as you walk into the restaurant. As we move to this main dining area, you see this area has its own bar also to service this area and the patio that we're gonna see next. As I exit the main dining room and enter onto the main dining patio, this is where all the energy comes, right here. You have the panoramic view of the beautiful Legacy West. You have the nightlife, you have the music, beautiful couches on each side, a solid banquette across the back railing. I'll tell you what, there is no atmosphere in the entire Metroplex. This is the place to be in Plano, Texas. Let's call this one a wrap. Follow us on Facebook for updates on Kai and all the other projects we have going on. See you next time on Build It with Bruce.
Thanks a lot, Bruce. I'm sure you've heard the term build to suit. Many connotations, many ways of using it. However, in this instance, build to suit means personalize it, do it your way, customize. Jennifer Terrell has today's Build to Suit.
Hello and welcome back to this episode of Build to Suit on Designing Texas. I'm your host, Jennifer Terrell, and today we're in front of this beautiful home in South Lake by Ron Davis Custom Homes. In the movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, do you remember the expression, build it and they will come? Well, that's exactly what Ron Davis Custom Homes has done in Newman Village in Frisco, Texas. It's a street of custom homes inspired by his clients and built by the team of Ron Davis Custom Homes. It's what Ron refers to as the Street of Dreams.
We are building a street that Ron calls the Street of Dreams. Actually, I think that came from our homeowners out there because they're realizing their dream.
The Street of Dreams was created by our customers. We're building the Street of Dreams for them. These homes were dreams, aspirations, ideas that were just taken from what was in their minds and their photographs. We took it from a piece of dirt, sticks and bricks, finishes, sweat, and we're here.
And each one is really different out there. That's what makes it so exciting. And that's why we've had all of our team out there viewing all of the many luxurious features that our buyers have dreamed up and we've built for them. No easy task.
As you walk down and see the Street of Dreams, you see a beautiful Spanish home, you see a Mediterranean, you see a French, you see a modern. You see everything here. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. And that's just like the Street of Dreams. Everybody has their own dreams, and we deliver the dreams.
When people call our company, that's one of the main places we send them, is to Newman Village, because all of these homes are under construction. They're very, very unique architectural styles, and they can see the many different things that we are doing.
The main reason people come to us is because our reputation, and we listen. A lot of builders like to say, this is what you should have. We don't. We listen to you, and we help you, and we guide it to fit your budget and also your dreams.
We've got another, almost like a surprise. It's really the end of Newman Village coming up, and it's the homestead.
You hate to say you save the best for last, but Jim Newman and the Newman family are developing this last phase personally. This was their old farm, their homestead. And there's going to be 33 lots there, many almost an acre in size. Very large with parks, streets, walking areas, and all this beautiful screening wall. And it's going to be ready probably the next 60, 90 days for us to be taking lot reservations and start construction.
And it's the estate lots, the very last phase in Newman Village. They're going to be great, beautiful lots backing up to a greenbelt. Since they're so oversized, it's one of the most exciting things we've got coming up. We can't wait.
Ron hopes to start building homes in the homestead sometime this fall, so stay tuned, and for more information, visit Ron Davis Custom Homes. Well, that's it on this episode of Build to Suit on Designing Texas. We hope you'll join us next month on July 8th at 11:30 a.m.
Thanks a lot, Jen. Father's Day is indeed next Sunday. Don't forget Dad. Did you know that day began in 1910 as the idea of a woman who was sitting in church listening to a Mother's Day sermon? And she thought, where's Dad's Day? She wanted to honor specifically her father, a Civil War veteran named Jackson Smart, who was born in Arkansas and single-handedly, as a single dad, raised 6 children there, including Sonora, of course. And thus Dad's Day was born. It became an official holiday, however, in 1972, years and years and years after Mother's Day became a national holiday. Well, that's it for us. We hope you join us again next month. In the meantime, home is where good times are measured and memories are treasured. We'll see ya.